Hello, family of light. My name is Story Dijade, Lady Master Story, and I am coming to you from Galactic New Earth timelines because I have ascended in my physical vessel to the fifth dimension and beyond some time ago, and I have been guided. And when I say guided, I mean I have decided. I have decided, being guided by my higher self, which is me. I'm my body. I am fully embodied higher self. My higher selves, there's more than one, has integrated in, and I'm a fully embodied ascended master, which we don't all necessarily like labels here on Galactic New Earth timelines, but I have to use them to help everyone understand, or try to help everyone understand from a heart space who I am and what I'm doing here. I am 100% committed to service to humanity, service to others path, and I have been for many, many years in different forms. But now that I am fully ascended in my physical vessel, I am being called to a different platform, which is making the YouTube videos to reach a larger audience. And I will be posting these on my Facebook page and on my website. But this is in hopes that more people who resonate with the fifth dimension and New Earth will be guided to my videos, and so that they may offer some assistance in attuning others to the frequencies of New Earth, fifth dimension, and beyond that is Galactic New Earth timelines. Even though we don't even really have timelines here, the timelines kind of dissipate, but that's a whole nother video. I'm guided today to tell my story of how I came to begin doing the videos. For some time, for many years, I have been working on Facebook, giving readings, doing healings and activations, spiritual guidance, tarot card readings, art activations, all kinds of spiritual guidance. But my spiritual work becomes kind of over when you ascend, because and when I say it's over, I mean I'm not spiritual anymore. I am spirit. I exist in a higher dimension. I do not exist in 3D or 4D. No part of me exists in 3D or 4D. Those timelines and dimensions are no longer part of my energy field. They are gone. I don't even really know what goes on in those dimensions anymore, because I ascended out of them for the purpose that I'm still walking on Earth, but it's the New Earth, the ascended timelines, the ascended Gaia. How else can we say it? The higher dimensional realms, the heavenly realms, the higher dimensions. I have no higher self anymore to guide me. I am my higher self, fully embodied. And so I do not seek guidance outside of myself, for I receive everything I need from within. I remember everything I need. And once you get to 5D and beyond, you become your own universe within. You become all the galaxies, all the planets. You become Gaia. You become the stars. You become star beings. You become the ascended masters. You become the angelic realms. You become everything, the entire cosmos within you. and have access to those energies and frequencies, that consciousness, which is, we can call it Christ consciousness, universal consciousness, the God particle activated in your pineal gland, in your DNA, in our DNA. And this is all, when I'm speaking about what is going on with me, it is for the purpose of sharing with you from a heart space as to what's available for you. Because I'm here now. I've been here for some time, kind of stabilizing in the galactic New Earth timelines for the past few weeks. But I've been on New Earth for quite some time, and have been guiding others through the stargates to the New Earth. And that's one part of my mission here. My purpose, my service to others, is to be a Stargate keeper, a Stargate creator. I open up portals and Stargates within me and allow others, attune others to the frequencies of New Earth and the fifth dimension and beyond, so that they may also come to walk on New Earth timelines. Now, when you ascend or rebirth, ascend in your physical vessel, usually it's in your consciousness first. You ascend your consciousness and attune to the New Earth consciously for some time, until you can hold those frequencies long enough within your consciousness that you stabilize and can begin to ascend your physical vessel. Ascending the physical vessel means you have activated your light bodies. There are more than one. There are 4 thus far. They're layered on top of each other. Light body activations first years ago, those started, where you actually begin to glow. I glow purple, magenta, and indigo. More on the purple or ultraviolet than any other color. At night, and taking photos, I have a glow that radiates out of me in photos. Also, the crystalline DNA activates. You become not carbon-based being anymore. You become a galactic star being, a human star being, incarnated. You activate your star being, human star being DNA, crystalline DNA, your spirit DNA, off-planet DNA, extraterrestrial. I don't really like to use the word extraterrestrial, but celestial DNA, crystalline celestial DNA activates. And so does the crystalline consciousness, which gives you access to what I guess in science they might have called it the God particle in your higher mind consciousness. You connect your higher heart. I have a heart chakra and a higher heart chakra. I actually have 4 heart chakras, but the higher heart chakra, the cosmic heart, is connected to the higher mind, the God particle, the universal consciousness, Christ consciousness. All those names are true and they're one and the same. And it is a multidimensional consciousness that connects you to every energy and frequency and being in the entire universe and beyond this universe, actually. When you ascend in your physical vessel, you begin able to see things in a from a quantum state, I guess is the best way to describe it. Like I can see matter forming in front of me. I can see the plasmic energies coming from the sun. I can see I can change the weather with my intentions to some degree. Like a few days ago, I'm in Florida, and I wish that it would snow, because I haven't seen snow in some years since I lived in North Carolina, and it rarely snows in North Florida or any part of Florida or even close to here. But a few days ago, I wished that it would snow here in Florida just for a couple of days, just to play. I don't really want it to stick around, but I wanted to see it. And so it's supposed to snow tonight in my area. And I'll take some pictures if it does. Hopefully I'll be awake then and it doesn't happen in the middle of the night. And in the middle of the freezing weather and the prediction of snow for tonight in Florida, it's been raining all day, and I love the sunshine, but today, as it was pouring rain and freezing rain, very cold day, as I realized that this is my wish coming, because I wished for snow, that it has to start raining, sleeting first before it gets here. But in the middle of all that, I said, I wish the sun would shine. Now, that's a kind of a contradiction to it snowing, would be the sun shining again. But as soon as I wished that I could see the sun again, the clouds parted, and out comes the sun, and it stops raining. It stops sleeting and all that. And I think I was very amazed at the fact that I wished that, I asked for that, and it happened immediately. That was amazing. Then after that, of course, it went right back to getting ready to snow again. But the sun did come out because I wished for it. Things materialize here. Like last week, I had a wad of cash materialize for me. I didn't even ask for that. I had asked for the sun to come out that day, because sitting in the sun activates one's light body. But I had asked the sun to come out because it had been cloudy that day. It was one day last week, and I was like, universe, shift me to the timeline where the sun is shining today. I want to sit in the sun and activate my light body further. So as I'm standing outside asking the universe, which is me, I'm asking my universe, my pure source creator being self, for this to occur in my reality. And as I ask, I turn around and walk towards my mailbox to check the mail, which is only 20 feet away. By the time I got to the mailbox, I found a wad of cash. And I don't know. I asked everyone in my home if it was theirs first before I got too excited about it, because I was like, did someone lose money? Because there's a lot of cash. And they said, nope, you manifested it. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I guess I did. But I wasn't even trying to. But I think it was a gift, I think, from my own universe to show me what I'm capable of, what I have activated within myself by becoming a pure source creator being, by unifying, by embodying my higher self. The miracles and magic just never end. Okay, so I have this wad of money. Oh, it was right before Christmas. I have this wad of money. I decided I was going to go to the store, which I already had money. I wasn't broke, and I didn't need the money. So I wondered, my mind wondered why I received the money. And I said, someone must need this. I'm going to meet someone who needs this money, because I have money. I'm not broke. And I had everything I needed. I have food. I have a place to live. I had money in my wallet, and so therefore I was not in lack. I wasn't lacking anything. If I had been in lack, or if I had, excuse me, I don't like that word. If I had been running low on funds that day, I would have known that they manifested for me to use for myself. I would have been, thank you, universe, for materializing funds for me to use for myself, because I didn't have any, but I had some. So I knew that the money wasn't for me, that it was meant for me to give to someone who needed it. So I came in and got ready to go to the store. It was like the day, it's like Christmas Eve, I think. It was Christmas Eve. Yeah, it was Christmas Eve. No, it was the day before Christmas Eve. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But so I get ready and walk back outside. By the time I walk back outside, the sun is shining bright. It's super bright and beautiful. It's just like it went from dark and cloudy and dreary. When I say dreary, I just am trying to describe it. It's not dreary as in a feeling to me, because all weather is beautiful to me, especially in the fifth dimension. Everything has a purpose and everything can be changed in an instant, obviously. Okay, so I walk outside. The sun is shining. I have the money in my hand. And I'm going to walk to, there's a Walmart near where I live, very near. So I'm going to walk there in the beautiful sun afternoon. I took a picture of the sun when I got down the street, because I was so excited that I asked my universe, which is me, to shift me to a timeline where it was sunny, because it had not been sunny all day. And I shifted to within 5 minutes, 10 minutes to a bright sunny day. And so I took a picture of the sun, and it had, instead of the sun showing up, it showed up a giant heart in the sky. So that is another beautiful way that I get to see magic and miracles here on Galactic New Earth Timelines. And I've been experiencing these types of things for a while, but now they're just rapid pew 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 love bombs, I call them. Okay, so I have the money in my hand. I go to Walmart, get what I need. Not with the money. I still have the money that materialized for me. And on the way out, I see a family. It's standing up there with a sign. A man, a woman, and a child and a baby. And they were asking for help with their sign. I don't even know what the sign said, but as soon as I saw them at the red light, I knew the money was for them. So I walked straight over there to where they were at and gave them the money. And I told them the universe blessed me with this money today, and I was guided to give it to them. And I was so excited that that happened, that the universe gave me that money. I mean, I would, even if I hadn't materialized any money that day, I still would have gave them money. It's not that, but it was just exciting that I knew the moment that the money materialized that it was not for me, because I had my own that day, and that it was meant for someone somewhere, and that I was going to get to be the one that gave it to them. And so I did, and they were very thankful and appreciative that I gave them that bit of money. And anyway, that's just one little story from the Galactic New Earth Timelines of little magical things. Well, it's not really little, it's kind of big when you start materializing wads of cash. Now, I don't ever try to materialize wads of cash, and I wasn't that day, but I know that in every moment that I exist, that I have everything I need. In the fifth dimension, there is no lack. It's all abundance. I don't work. I give all of my time and my my time, my energies, and everything is always towards my spiritual path, my soul's path, my soul growth, my energy activations, and at the same time sharing and giving, teaching, guiding, activating, attuning, doing art, all towards service to others' path. And since I have been doing that since I woke up, had my spiritual awakening in 2010, shortly after that, let's see, when did I get on Facebook? Shortly after that, well, I started assisting others as soon as I woke up, but I was like trying to share what I knew with others, because I had one wham kind of awakening where, that's a whole nother story. Maybe I should tell it too. I had an awakening where let's see, let me start at the beginning. I had an awakening that was very powerful and took me back to oneness in an instant. I was taken out of this reality. I was standing in my backyard screaming at the sky, at God, at something, the universe, whatever I believed back then. I don't even know. It's been so long ago. I was not happy. I was very upset, and I did not understand what was going on in the third dimension that I was in. I had it with it. My whole life was falling apart. None of it made sense. I was angry at my existence there and everything that was going on. I just wasn't having it anymore, and I was yelling at. I was having a what you would call a nervous breakdown that day. So that day of the nervous breakdown, I had been cussing, probably screaming at God, at the universe, at whatever you want to call it, at something out there, outside of me. Why? Why is this happening to me? Why? How do you expect me to believe that there's something more? That there's something positive? How do you expect me to believe that there's angels, that there's a God, that there's something more than this, when all I see is bad stuff happening around me, negative stuff, and everything is falling apart? I was literally screaming at the sky. I want proof. Give me proof that there's something more, because I'm not seeing it. I wasn't seeing it. Give me proof. And I was not smiling about it. I was crying. I was I was at the end of my ropes, so to speak, that day. And I walked outside because it was sunny and I love the sun. I was drawn outside. I had my laptop with me, and I was going to go sit in the sun and try to make myself feel better by sitting on it. It was a beautiful sunny day in Florida. So I go outside with my laptop, and I'm going to sit out there and research angels or spiritual awakening, something, whatever I was thinking about back then. I have no idea what it was, but I know I was awake already, like awakened already to some degree, that I knew something was going on. So I take my laptop out there, go sit outside. I'm looking at the sky, trying to adjust my chair so I can kind of face the sun, so it's hitting me on the front, so I'm like facing it, so I'm getting a lot of sun rays was my intention. As I'm looking, angling my chair to get the right angle for the sun to hit me and enjoy the outside, I'm wiping the tears from my eyes from having the nervous breakdown inside my house. So I am wiping my tears, trying to angle my chair, and I'm looking up at the sky to try to see where the sun is, which side of the yard it's on, to try to get the right direction. And as I look at the sky, it's a blue, beautiful sunny day, and there's some clouds around. Okay, I see the clouds that day look like a giant angel in the middle of Florida on a bright sunny day. There's a cloud that looks like a giant angel. It's the best way I could describe it. A cloud that looks like an angel. So I'm like kind of in shock, I guess, because I had just cursed God out and asked for proof that there was something else besides what I was getting out of life. And I see this angel cloud formation in the sky, which is very normal now, but back then it was not something I had ever seen. I see this formation that looks like an angel, and in the angel's hand was a golden orb. It looked like from the ground level, it looked like an angel that was holding a gold star in its hand in the sky on a bright sunny day in Florida. There shouldn't be a star in the sky that's visible, first of all. The angel was interesting enough. And then as I'm looking at it, I start drying my tears more. I'm like, am I hallucinating? What am I seeing here? What is going on? The angel turns its hand over and drops the gold star. Orb is the best way I can describe it. It looked like a star, but as it does this, as it kind of drops the star, it's like whipping the sky. It starts descending. The star, the orb, the golden star orb starts descending towards me from the sky. At this point, I'm crying now, not in anger and frustration. I'm crying at the profound experience of what I am witnessing. I'd never seen anything like this in my life. I watched the orb star, golden star, huge, descend towards me, and about the time it got to the top of the trees, the treetops in my backyard, it got that close, I fell to my knees crying even more, like, oh, I feel terrible now. I just cursed the universe out and I wanted proof that something else existed, and here I was getting it. This is in 2010 or 11, I do believe. So, at the moment, about the time the golden orb star got to the treetops, I fell to my knees. The energy of the whole thing, the profoundness of the whole experience, mind-blowing, and that's what it was supposed to do, was blow my mind, because my mind, and open my heart. And it did all of that. Blew my mind, opened my heart. At that moment, the golden star orb busted open, and three beings came. Were in front of me, standing in front of me, and I'm on my knees, crying tears of joy, like, oh my gosh. Okay, so there's three golden beings standing, and they're right beside, 1, 2, 3, right beside each other, standing towards me, and they communicate. Before I could even understand what was going on, they communicate the most profound feeling of love I had ever felt in my life. I've never felt anything like it at that point. I didn't know what love felt like at all. I had no idea what it felt like until that day. It's about to make me cry. I had no idea in the third dimension what love felt like. You have no clue. Those beings, they were Arcturians. I found out later. But okay, so they are standing in front of me, and I don't know if they asked her, I agreed in the love exchange that they were giving me. All of a sudden, time stopped. Time stood still. Time as we know it. Everything, the entire universe stood still. Everything got still and quiet, and it was nothing but me and them was the only thing that existed in that moment. This reality, or the third dimensional reality that I was in at the time, started falling away. Started just like the walls of it just fell. It was just gone. There was nothing. I wasn't in my backyard anymore. All of a sudden, I was flying through the universe fast with them holding me, carrying me, if you will, through the universe or somewhere. That's what it seemed like. We were flying through the cosmos for just a few moments, and then all of a sudden, we just exploded into oneness, and I became the entire universe. One with the entire universe in that moment. Magically, I don't even know if that's not a very good description of it, but I became I wasn't me anymore. I was the universe and everything that's in it. I was it in that moment. That's how I had my spiritual awakening. Boom. It's like from going from 3D to becoming the universe in a matter of a few minutes. Okay, so once I experienced the oneness of that powerful experience, the peace, the love, oh, I can't even, there are no words to describe it. Those are the best that I have, and those aren't really suiting for the energy of what it feels like to be in oneness and in love of source again. There's no words that can even describe it. But anyway, so I got to feel that I had asked for that. I knew there was something more. I knew it. I knew it, and I knew it. I've known it for a long time. I just couldn't get my hands on it until I just had a breakdown and demanded to know what something more was that I knew existed, and it happened in an instant. I went from being in 3D to not in 3D anymore. After the oneness experience, the Arcturians, the golden beings of light, brought me back, or we came back. It brought me back, became back. I was back all of a sudden. I don't know how much time I was gone, how much time has passed. You would think that it would take a long time to go do something like that. But it seemed like a very long time because we were outside of time, but mostly it probably wasn't, because once leave time, I don't know how much time passed in human time. I have no idea. Because there was no one around necessarily to witness this. If I was still standing in the yard, if I was actually taken somewhere in my physical body, it felt like at the time I experienced it, I thought it felt as if my body, everything I was, went and became that oneness and that love again. But it may have been an out-of-body experience, but I don't think so. I think my whole body went and just exploded into oneness, and I ascended that day in an instant, even though I didn't really know that that's what was happening until after the fact. But okay, kind of going off of my topic here. What was I talking about? Oh, I forgot what I was talking about. But anyway, so as I come back, and then everything, the Arcturians were gone. They left me with the words starseed and Arcturian, which I didn't know how to spell. I didn't know what an Arcturian starseed was back then. It took me a few days to even remember the words that I was told that day. That's all I could remember was oneness, Arcturian, and starseed. So a few days after the experience, I'm integrating this. Didn't tell a soul what happened. I don't even know if I can talk for a few days after that. Profoundly changed. But I went on a search to look up what a starseed was. I had no idea until that day. I looked it up and I read the definition of what a starseed is, and cried and cried and cried, because finally my life made sense. Finally it made sense. Everything that was going on my entire life made sense by those words, by oneness, by Arcturian, and by starseed. By looking up those words on the internet, words I had never, I remembered, but I had not heard in my human life any of those words before that day. And looking them up totally changed me from every particle of my being. I became many things after that, but those were just the first things to integrate into. The first aspects, I guess, that I integrated at that time was the Arcturian aspect, my starseed aspect, my Arcturian aspect. Beautiful Arcturians. If any of you are not familiar with the Arcturian energy, it is very profound love energy, and most people who are on ascension path or by now have experienced the Arcturians directly, I'm sure, but that's a whole nother video. Okay, what was the video about anyway? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here. What was it about? Anyway, okay, so that was my spiritual about things in the fifth dimension. That day was the day that I had my spiritual awakening, but it was also the day that I ascended. It just took me some years I think to integrate all that had happened, and I had a lot of shedding of my human life after that. It's like I became enlightened in a moment, like I had access to universal consciousness in a moment, and was trying to come to understand what I was and what I was doing here. I knew I was here in service, and still am. That's what I was talking about. Okay, about being here in service. Okay, about experiences on the fifth dimension and beyond. Okay, experiences like that, like the ones I've described so far, are normal in the fifth dimension and beyond. Normal for star seeds or light workers, for those on an ascension path. We have profound experiences with beings from other realms all the time. I'm going to say on a daily basis, but yeah, on a daily basis. And there's not a metaphor, like I said in my other video. It's not a metaphor. I'm not speaking in metaphors. These things literally happen and have become the new normal on the fifth dimension and beyond. I'm sure if anyone sees this video who is in 3D still, or even 4D, they probably will be like, they probably may not understand yet the literalness of these events, because it probably sounds like I'm talking about some mystical experiences when they are not mystical experiences at all. They are literally happening. Okay, so let's see, what other experiences can I talk about? Oh, let's talk about my higher self and what got me to begin doing these videos. My higher self, which is me, fully integrating in at this time. It took some years, since 2010, when I first became enlightened and first ascended. It took some time before a full integration of my higher selves, because there was not just one higher self. I couldn't count how many. I don't even know. Okay, so I was guided to get a bigger platform, broaden my reach by doing YouTube videos, to try to reach more people who are going through some similar things that I am, or who are trying to attune and align and integrate and embody also as a soul. So I'm trying to reach more souls more than people. I'm speaking to souls, speaking from a heart space. Okay, so my higher self says, and I talk to myself out loud all the time, even though I know I'm talking to me. Sometimes I still will speak about it in terms that it's outside of me, but it's not. It's inside of me 100%. But okay, so higher self says years ago that I needed to start doing videos on YouTube to assist others, and I just couldn't do it. I was going through so much clearing and releasing and getting rid of all the soul, not soul healing, all the healing, and all the integration and all that. I was not comfortable with video chatting. I wasn't comfortable even with having my picture taken because I shapeshift a lot. I don't know if you can tell so much right now, but my face changes a lot, and probably the more videos I do, the more you'll be able to notice it. So it's kind of strange, and it's funny. Now it's funny, but some years ago, I was very felt very awkward about it and very self-conscious because I wasn't fully unified inside to share that part of me. Like my eyes, I don't know if you can see them or not, but they turn into cat eyes or dragon eyes, like slit pupils often. And people in pictures used to say I was a reptilian because of that. I'm far from that. I have released the reptilian aspect of myself long before I ascended, I assure you. But not judging any reptilian being if you're out there watching my videos. But and the serpents, the snakes also, they have the slit eyeballs, and I identify with the serpent, especially the serpent goddesses aspect of myself. So but my eyes, my pupils will turn into slits. They will change colors. My face will change shapes. Sometimes I look younger, older. That thing is moving behind me. Sometimes things move behind me. Yes. Sometimes, let's see what I've been told. I look like many things, but anyway, I've been told I freak people out sometimes because I shapeshift so much. They used to get freaked out about it because they'd be like, "Who are you? Who are you?" And sometimes it would scare people or make them uncomfortable around me. So I was very shy about it, and now and many other reasons, self-conscious, shy, felt awkward about videos and having my picture taken. So anyway, for years I have been like that. But okay, so I was guided a long time ago to do videos and wouldn't Skype with anybody, wouldn't video chat on Facebook, none of those things. Rarely ever would you catch me doing until recently. My higher self and higher self in me, have this conversation in my head, and it was hilarious because I'm sitting on the edge of my bed and I'm thinking because I had kind of told myself, I'm like, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna do my hair different. This was like a year or so. I'm gonna do my hair different. I'm gonna shape shift to look more like my star being, celestial, galactic, fairy self fully, and be able to hold that frequency long enough that I look like that all the time. Then I was going to start doing videos. That's what I had told myself. I told my higher self. I had all these, my human self, human aspect, or human mind, had all these prerequisites lined up that I had to do before I would get on video and talk to people. I wanted to look like this, and I wanted to be able to hold my shape-shifting abilities better, and I'm still working on that. But anyway, so I had all these things. This was like a year or so ago. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, this, and this. All these things I had to do. Get my hair longer. Get my shape-shifting abilities. Get my crystalline infinite light body so you can see it glow. Glow different colors. So when I did do videos that for some reason I wanted to be able to prove to people that I was on Galactic New Earth, and I think I was just wanting to prove to myself that I was there. I was wanting to prove to other people that I was there by being able to do some sort of magical thing while I'm on video talking to YouTube. So I have all these things that I'm supposed to be doing before I will get on here and talk to people about New Earth. And I'm laughing at myself. Okay, so my higher self yesterday reminds me, okay, you've lost weight, your hair's back long again. What else was I gonna do? Oh, my light body's been activated for a long time. My shape-shifting abilities are crazy, and I haven't really been focused on that much. But all the other things, the only other thing was that I was doing a quantum youthing thing for like the last 6 months, where and then when you get to the 5th dimension, into New Earth, you stop aging, and you can reverse. Well, it's not that you reverse age, but you reconstruct yourself to look much different than you previously did, if you would like to. You have shape-shifting abilities that activate, and depending on how much damage you did to yourself before you ascended, you might have a lot of restructuring to do when your cells start crystallizing. And so you start looking different when you get here than you did before. And I'm still getting used to the way I look, because I don't look like myself. I'm still in the reconstructing phase, where my face is changing shapes and doing all kind of weird stuff, and so is the rest of my body. And so I didn't want to get on here because I'm in the reconstructing phase of my new radiant body, my new vessel. So I was like, I don't want to, because it looks like I have a wrinkle right here on my forehead. Okay, so that was one of the reasons why I wouldn't do videos, is because of that. And so I'm sitting here, my higher self is reminding me that everything has been taken care of except for the wrinkle right there. And so my higher self asks me this flat out, which my higher self is me. This is conversation going on in my head. There's like there's two of me in there. Am I trying to get my human self to stop with the crazy stuff? Okay, so my higher self is like, so you mean to tell me that that wrinkle on your head is more important than assisting humanity, what you incarnated here to do? That would stop you from getting on videos, knowing that your videos could assist others. Others could connect with you in that way, and that you can help them, attune them to the new earth frequencies and help them ascend. That I would not do that, because until I fix the wrinkle on my head. So when my higher self tells me this, I'm like, that is very I never really thought about it like that before. Duh. Okay, this is what I feel. I'm sitting on the edge of my bed, and I'm thinking, my human self is like, oh man, I can't believe that I even was thinking that. I should wait to do videos until the wrinkles got off my head. Okay, so this is just silly human stuff. Okay, human aspect stuff. But anyway, okay, so I was just like, I had an epiphany, like, really, am I really gonna not do videos because of that? What kind of ascended master would I be if what kind of light being, light worker, Stargate keeper, higher self, star being would I be if I refused to make videos because of something on my face that I didn't approve of? How human of me. So I'm sitting here having an epiphany, like, what was I thinking all this time and not doing it? I could have been doing this 10 years, not longer. I could have been doing this 5 years ago or longer. I could have been doing this since I woke up in 2010, since I became ascended, but I wouldn't because of all the restructuring going on. I should have been doing this, but I did do many other kind of works. But anyway, so once I had the realization that my higher self was like, seriously, are you seriously saying that that wrinkle on your head is more important than assisting humanity? What kind of mentality, what kind of programming do we have going on here? At that time, I started laughing at myself because that's all I could do. I started laughing at myself, and literally I felt an energy hit me in the head, like hit me in the head, and something in my heart exploded again. Something changed within me on that revelation, or that, I won't say revelation because my higher self basically told me, get over yourself and get to doing the videos. And I literally, this is a fifth dimensional experience. I literally felt the energy. It didn't hurt. I felt it hit me in the head, like my higher self hit me in the head, like, what? Wake up, lady. Wake up, lady. And my heart expanded. And so here I am. Now I'm on video number 2. And the energy of worrying about what I look like, I don't care anymore because I realize that I care more about assisting others and doing what I came here to do than I care about a wrinkle on my head or a zit or my hair color or my shape shifting strangeness with my face that goes on, or my reconstruction is all irrelevant. What is important is the message and the energy that I am sharing with others, which I'll talk more about that later too, because I'm getting a website where I can do light sessions so I can attune people to the fifth dimensional energy, the new earth energy, to help bring more souls who are ready through the stargates so that you can experience this beautiful lucid dream, walking in a lucid dream on new earth where all is unity, all is unified, and you become a pure source creator being again. And there's no sickness, there's no disease, there's no pain. Not like there was in 3D and 4D, and you don't even care what goes on in 3D and 4D anymore, to the extent that I don't know, not that I don't have compassion for those souls there, but I am working with getting souls who are ready to transcend into the fifth dimension instead of trying to wake people up, because it is my belief that the universe has a set time. Every soul has a set time that they are meant to awaken in this lifetime, if they're meant to awaken in this lifetime. Maybe not everyone is, but just like I woke up and had my profound experience, that every soul will as well. What I am here to do is help guide those that are awake and have been on the journey and are ready to transcend fully into the new earth timelines and the galactic new earth frequencies and energies, and create their own magical reality by being a pure source creator, totally unified, higher self being, in service to humanity in a different way. I'm in service also as I hold the frequencies and I hold the light activations. I receive them and I work on myself so that I become the highest frequency of light again, the highest frequency, the highest vibration, the highest light quota that I can, so that I can share that light with others and activate them, help them remember who they are, attune them to the new earth frequencies. Because if you can get attuned to the frequencies of new earth, then you get to experience what it feels like. And I can help you through the gates, through the stargates, to get here and help you stabilize. And so that is my intentions, my pure intentions, and that is what my higher self has guided me to do, and to share my experiences and my journey with everyone, in hopes that everyone else will find their voice and their higher self can come through and speak of their experiences, and reach out for help if you need help, if you need guidance, if you need light activations, if you need to know more about New Earth, because here it's all unity. We're all one. It's we. There's only abundance. There is no lack. There's no pain. There's no suffering. Everything is beautiful. It's nothing. It's nothing like what you expected, but it's better. It's even more than that. I can't even describe it enough. I just have to keep getting on here and giving you videos, telling you about my experiences here as I have them, so that others will be able to understand that it's real. It's a physical thing. The New Earth realities are a physical thing, and I don't know anything that goes on in the lower dimensions, because I can't focus on that if I'm going to hold my consciousness and my light quota where it's at. I need to focus on the souls that are ready to transcend into New Earth. That is what my new position in the universe is right now, and I'm excited about it, and I hope to be working with some of you in the very near future to make sure that you are fully integrated and stabilized in the New Earth, so that you'll all be here with me. Hey, I'm excited. Okay, love bombs and light rays to you, light family, from Story DJ Day. And till next time, Aya Akashe, Feire, Akalawa, Shro and Lu, Ra Yai Limu, Aya Akashe. Bye.